It helps my straight edge straight.
Yeah, sometimes you get a piece of wood and it's just a little bit crooked, huh?
Yep. Cause I flipped it around the other way and the line was all the way out. Gotta eyeball them. Like a real carpenter. Act like you know what you're doing. Yeah, that one looks a little much better. I saw folks do that in the store. I never knew why people were looking at the board.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were just doing it just to be fast.
Now you know.
You actually gotta check this stuff. I.A.G Farms, it's all about God. Yeah, I'm just out here this morning trying to, it's funny because, you know, when you move to a new place, you have to establish territory in so many different ways. I'm out here this morning trying to get the dogs to boo-boo in the right place, you know, because at home, you know, they had a backyard, you know, in the city, and they knew to boo-boo, you know, in the back of the backyard, so we wouldn't step in it. But now they've decided that they want to boo-boo right out in the campsite, and then we're all stepping in it. So I'm out walking the dogs around trying to get them to use the bathroom in the right spot. I just fed them this morning. It's probably about, man, how many degrees is it today? I think it was like 29 degrees last night, and it's probably a little bit above freezing right now. And yeah, I wanted to get the heat going last night, but I tested the propane and the line had a little damage in the line right there at the tank. Not the actual lines of the camper, but the tank that goes from the propane tank and then screws into the camper. So I gotta get that replaced. But this was actually our last cold night. And you know, for about 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks, you know, ahead, it's only gonna be like 49 or 50 at night. So we got a little bit of time to get our porch built and set up. But yeah, right now, porch built and set up, you know, with the wood stove. You know, like I said, I don't know. This might be your first time watching the video, so I want to make sure I explain everything well. We're restoring this camper back here. And we're turning it into a tiny house. And my family and I, we just moved from the city out to the country, out to our land in the country. We own about 15 acres in the country. And, you know, it's split up into 2 properties. And this property that we're on now, that we're developing as our home base, is about 5 acres. And then we own another property, we call it the Woodlands. Sometimes we call it Restoration Ranch because we're restoring a lot of things out there as well. But that property out there is about 10 acres and it's mostly wooded. And it has an old farmhouse on it that we're gonna restore, that we call Resurrection Cabin. And we're planning on building a house right back here in this section, in this open field. And we have about 3 acres that we're fencing off for, you know, future ruminant grazing, sheep, cows, all type of different things like that. But yeah, like I say, right now, like I said, I'm trying to walk these dogs around and get them to use the bathroom in the right spot and not use the bathroom right in the campsite. So yeah, it's funny though. Like I said, it's just, you know, things you take for granted. You know, it's like coming out here and you know, letting the Lord minister to you in His nature in just a raw, you know, form where it's not all type of street lights and you know, just all type of things developed. It's like everything that's gonna be developed here, our hands are gonna have touched those things, you know, and that's not the common experience in the city. Because usually in the city, you know, you go sign a piece of paper, you know, and they give you a house, you know, that's already fully built. They give you a 30-year mortgage. You know, you have street lights already on the streets. You know, everything is done. You don't know what's behind the walls of your house, you know, because somebody else did it. You don't know what's you don't know what is, you know, in the foundation of your house. You don't know what condition the pipes are in. You don't know any of those things. You know, you don't know the grade of the land, all those type of things, because, you know, you just paid somebody else to do it. But the Lord is challenging us in this season. So we got the baby, the 2 rams in there. Those are the 2 feeder rams in there, and they're about 6 months now, so they should be getting ready to go to freezer camp and be able to provide food for our family for the winter. But yeah, so usually, like I say, all those things are done, but in this process, you know, the Lord is challenging us and testing our faith to do all those things ourselves. You know, and during this process, you know, we're gonna learn how to hunt. You know, we're gonna learn how to raise our own food. We're gonna restore this camper here and turn it into a tiny home. We're gonna build a barn around it and put a wood stove on that in the barn to keep the camper warm. This section back here, let me step back this way and get you out the sun. This section behind me right here is gonna be used to build we're thinking about like a 1,600 square foot, 2-story house. It's gonna be 20 by 40 with 2 stores. So it's gonna be about 1,600 square feet. And we're thinking about doing that off grid, like, because we really didn't know, you know, before we came down here and started living in the camper, we didn't know how much we enjoyed being off grid. You know, we were so connected to the grid, we didn't even know like that the systems could be so easy. You know, like we have water, power, and all those type things. You know, we're putting in a compost toilet, and we love it. We enjoy it. And I never would have thought that, you know, we would enjoy living off grid so much. And so now me and my wife, we're talking about it, and we need to talk to our architect about it as well, as he draws up the plans for our house that we're gonna build here on this site. We need to talk about, you know, implementing some off-grid things, because you know, it's a whole lot cheaper to put in compost toilets than it is to put in a septic tank. You know, and then you know, you don't mess up some of your pasture. You know, you have more pasture land. So it's just something to think about, you know, something we're thinking about. Because you know, solar panels, compost toilets, you know, we may still have the house connected to the grid, but we may, like, you know, just have that as backup. You know, I may not even use it. So, but yeah, I'm just walking around. I think the dogs use the bathroom. Y'all use the bathroom, dogs? Good. Yeah, I think they use the bathroom. And so now I'm finna head in here. And Mama, she made us some pancakes before she left, some campfire pancakes before she left to go to work. And I'm gonna get in here and feed the boys, and then we'll get started with our day. It's I.A.G Farms. It's all about God. All right, y'all. So it's a few hours later. I've been in here working in the camper, working on getting the shower set up. I've redone the shower. I fixed that water leak on the shower where one of the shower nozzles was leaking a little bit. It's actually the pipe that was coming into the nozzle that screws into it. And I'm gonna just take you in here and show you. And I want to show you a surprise that just pulled up at the farm. Let me show you this first. So, been in here working hard. I've been telling you around. So I don't think you all have seen, but I've completed the installation all the way around, even in that section down there, all the way around. Completed it all the way over here. I had that bed there temporarily braced up. It just had some milk crates up underneath of it, but I'm framing in. But yeah, I got insulation in all the way around the whole camper, everywhere except the roof. And I'm working on the insulation. Y'all see the bunk beds. They're not straightened up well, but like I said, it's a work site. But yeah, so I'm working on the shower now. As you see, getting the insulation in. I have it in on this side as well. I just have one more side, this spot here, to put in with insulation. And I'm gonna put the walls up. And I'm gonna show you these. This is where the shower nozzles are gonna go, faucets are gonna go. And as you can see, I redid those fittings. This is the fitting that was on there. They had this little T thing because they had one of the lines going to the toilet, but we don't need a toilet. And then I had a leak in these things here. And that's been a pretty common thing when I've been fixing on the camper, is these little things right here are springing leaks on me. So I'm going back with these shark bite push connectors. So I had that stubbed out, and I'm gonna get my wall up, and then you know, get the faucet in. And so yeah, I'm gonna start working on getting the walls up in the shower. Those are the first walls I'm gonna put up once I get done with this last piece of installation right here. But let me take you outside and show you the surprise. Show you what pulled up at our farm gates. Get this door closed because we got so many flies out here. But look who pulled up at the farm gates. It's Grandma.
Hello.
How's everything going?
Everything's great.
Good, good. Oh yeah. And then she brought lunch.
Brought lunch.
It's amazing. We sure needed it too. Boys over here eating. Brought lunch and sweet tea. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was telling my mama, who we call Grandma. I was telling her that y'all always say hey and tell her thank you for her service, and y'all always wish her blessings, or y'all want her to be blessed when she's fishing and things like that. So she said she don't read the comments because she watches the YouTube videos on TV, so she don't see the comments. But
I don't see them.
Yeah, I told her she got to go back in and read some of them because some of them are directed at her. Yeah, so she's serving us lunch today, blessing us, because it's been the last 3 or 4 days have been pretty rough. So it's a blessing to get ministered to by Grandma with some fried chicken and sweet tea. I love it. All right, y'all, so my mama, she's back there fixing me a plate, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, and Megan should be here soon. It's around about 1:30, something like that. She usually gets here around 2. So she used to get home a little bit early, you know, when we lived in the city, because her job, the college she works at, was only about 15 minutes away from my house in the city, but it's about an hour almost from out here. So yep, just small little sacrifices that we got to make for this season. But I'm gonna go ahead and get me a little lunch in me, and then maybe Megan will pick the camera up a little bit later once she gets home, and you know, get a little video. All right, y'all, we got through eating lunch, and grandma, she's just full of surprises today. She you know, she taught Tim Jr. how to shoot his 22 that somebody donated to him. She said it was time for Titus to have a BB gun. So it's not a it's not a 22 rifle, but it's just a little BB gun she got for him. Yep. So grandma's out showing Titus how to shoot his BB gun. What you think, Titus?
Yeah.
You excited?
Yep.
Good.
It's gonna be loaded, okay?
So there's a lot going on the farm today, y'all. Got grandma out here teaching Titus how to shoot back here, his BB gun. And you know, hey, that's the life of the farm and living in the country. You know, boys 4 or 5 years old gotta have a BB gun, and you know, once they get by Tim's age where they're able to hold a shotgun and 22s, they get those as well and start hunting. So grandma's back there teaching him how to shoot, and before you know it, Titus will be somewhere hunting some deer or some squirrels.
About to cut our first piece of Luan board. So Tim has the board on the trailer, and he's basically just, you know, making a mark for his cut. And we'll make the first cut. All right, show everybody the first piece.
That's it.
Got it.
How much longer will you suffer in this life? Don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried.
All right, y'all, so I had the first piece of Luan board up on the wall. As you see, I have the shower nozzle stubbed out. And what we're gonna do is, I'm sending Megan and the boys to Home Depot. They're out there now getting ready to pull off and go to Home Depot. And I'm gonna stop right here on this wall, and I'm gonna go ahead and complete these walls and the roof here. And because I want to go ahead and put on the whatever type of siding, you know, water reflectant shower siding that Megan decides to buy before I finish this wall off, because I want to be able to get in here, you know, get my hands back here and get the nozzles connected and make sure that nothing is leaking, because I'm gonna eventually put like an access door on this side to be able to do maintenance. But you know, I want to be able to get to it easily when I'm doing it the first time, to go ahead and do it right, to make sure there's no leaks or things like that. So all right, so let me show you how far I've got so far on the shower. And I've gotten, it's kind of tight in here, I can't really get a good shot, but I have these 3 walls up here. Let's see if I can step back over here in this corner. But yeah, so as you can see, got that little spot in down there, and I'm waiting to put that wall up over there. I'm waiting for Megan to get back and bring the rest of the material so I can go ahead and put my shower faucet in and test it and everything, make sure I don't have leaks before I close this wall in. Then I have this wall up here and that wall up over there. That's all I'm waiting on, is for Megan to get back, Megan and the boys to get back with the whatever type of towel, or I think she might get some stick-on towel or some type of roll-on shower liner. But whatever she decides to get, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on down there, and then put my faucet on, test everything, make sure none of my lines that I hooked up today are leaking, and then I'll go ahead and button everything up and, you know, caulk everything up, and I'll put an access door over here so I can, you know, do maintenance. So I've pretty much done all I can do for right now. So now I just wait on them to get back and see what else I can get done tonight, because I can actually do that, you know, once it gets dark, because it's doing it in the inside. So I just wait for them to get back and see what kind of tile they picked out, and we'll probably just pick this video up tomorrow. So yeah, let's just pick it up tomorrow. I'll see y'all in the morning.